Hi guys, it's Majesty Ibianga here with the Financial Drive-Thru, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how you can get started investing in cryptocurrencies safely and securely. So if you're interested in that kind of content, definitely stick around, smash the thumbs up button if you like it, and be sure to subscribe. And that's it, let's drive through. Okay guys, welcome to this presentation on how to invest in cryptocurrencies safely. Let's get right into it. Now the first thing to keep in mind once you decide you want to invest in cryptocurrencies is that you need to understand all the risks. You're going all in, there's really no time to half-ass this. And so first thing to bear in mind is that you can and you probably will lose some money along the way. Now this may be anything from investing poorly to holding on to one currency just too long when everybody else is selling. You still remain optimistic. I mean, anything can happen. But don't take it personal. Everybody loses money sometime, one way or the other. The second thing to bear in mind with cryptocurrencies is that you essentially are becoming your own bank. So even if you're dealing with exchanges where you're probably not holding your own private keys, you're still responsible for keeping your recovery codes safe, and I'm referring to the recovery codes you get when you sign up to any of these platforms. So understand the risks, know that you are fully responsible for what you get into, and once you have that in mind, let's go on to the next point. The next thing I want you to consider is research. You have to do lots and lots of research. So what I want you looking at is know exactly what you're invested in. If it's an ICO, if it's a new cryptocurrency, if it's anything, you need to put in the research. Now, most people believe just going over something for like 30 minutes is enough. I don't think so. I think if you're going to invest money in anything, you owe it to yourself to actually do proper due diligence so that you know you're not actually just throwing money away. Ask yourself a couple of questions when you want to buy any coin. What are the prospects you see? Is it the hype that's making you buy it? Take a look at the team. Take a look at what they're trying to achieve, their project, their mission. What exactly is it about that coin that made you want to buy it? Now, the easiest way I can suggest doing some research on any coin, come over to coinmarketcap.com and we're going to pick any random coin. So let's just change this up. Noah coin, for example. I have no idea what this is. But if we want to do a basic check on this coin, what we're going to do is we're going to click on it. And immediately you can see the market cap, the volume, how many coins are in circulation, the total supply. And then you could also link up to their website, any announcements on that, technical documentation. I mean, they have everything. You can see historical charts on Noah coin to find out how well it's been doing against the price of Bitcoin. And I mean, just as easily, you can click on the website. Things you should usually check out, whether or not the site is secure. Find out how you feel about the coin, what they're offering. You can check out their team. In this case, we have LinkedIn profiles. You can look these people up, find out if you feel that they have something that they're doing over there. Check out their partners. I mean, a lot of times the partnerships can actually let you know what you feel about the prospects of the coin. So, I mean, look at everything. You can reach out to a couple of people on the team. There's a contact us tab on pretty much every site. So do your research. Make sure you don't rush into anything because at the end of the day, it is your money and it's your duty to protect it. And the major thing to remember with cryptocurrencies is that if you lose your cryptocurrencies, you lose your private keys and all that, there's very few ways to actually get it back and you may never get your money back. I mean, I've lost money too, and I've had to learn myself and get better and know how I keep these codes. So I want this to actually be a learning curve for you. I want you to be able to avoid some of the mistakes I've made. And so that's definitely something you should do. Do your research. Make sure you have that in mind. You'd also want to read the white paper. Now, a lot of people probably think they're not going to understand anything in the white paper, but I think that's untrue. Basically, you're going to see exactly what they're trying to offer. You're going to see how many tokens or coins they're going to be putting out, how it came to be. A lot of backstory is going to be given, and you just might make some sense of some of it. But I think it's safer to actually go through this and decide if there's anything that is a red flag. You could also try copying and pasting a bunch of text and putting it on Google to see if any of this was plagiarized. So these things happen whenever any ICOs are coming out. Some ICOs are actually lazy and just copy and paste all the information from another coin and put it out there and then have you buy in. So this is one way you could actually come up with your own viewpoints about a coin and try and decide why exactly it is you want something. Now, I cannot stress this enough. I'm putting on the serious face right here. This is it, guys. Decide how much you're willing to invest and base this decision on your current situation. For example, if you have rent coming out, I don't expect you to be pulling money out of there. If you're supposed to pay your kids' school fees, if you have some payments or bills that you need to pay, I really don't think it's a wise choice for you to be buying any cryptocurrency, especially when you consider the volatility in the market. Simply because everybody is buying Bitcoin right now doesn't mean you have to buy it right now, or doesn't mean you have to buy a huge amount of it right now. There's no such thing as buying too little. That's the beauty of Bitcoin and most of the cryptocurrencies. You can choose and just pick a little bit up. I mean, if you're holding on to the right coin at the right time, you could see a massive boom overnight. Yes, but at the same time, you could also see it go in reverse. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So, as a rule, and I'm sure you've heard this a lot, so this is not news to anybody. Yes, I'm pretty sure if you're on this channel, you've probably heard this somewhere. Never invest more than what you can afford to lose. Also, never FOMO. FOMO means fear of missing out. FOMO is what happens when your friend comes over to your house and goes, "Hey guy, have you heard about the drive-through coin? It's the greatest coin out there. Everybody's buying it right now. It's really racking up in the charts. You should check it out." And then you go and you start asking people, "Hey, what's happening with drive-through coin? What's really going on?" And then you keep seeing, "Oh my God, drive-through coin. So many plans. Drive-through coin next week. Drive-through coin." And they literally leave you like, "What the hell? I need some drive-through coin." And so you go, you buy that coin without doing any research, without doing anything. And then guess what? The very next day, drive-through coin dips. And it's like a pump and dump. And you're like... So here are the rules. Never buy at the highs. I mean, never ever buy into the FOMO. I'll use a recent example. Barely 2 weeks ago, we saw the price of XRP surge, just like over here. Nice massive gains, all because the Ripple conference was coming up. That's the Ripple Swell conference. Just because that was coming up and they made a couple new announcements. And everybody, all the YouTubers, there was all that news. Everybody was making so much noise about XRP going to the moon and such. And see what happened over here. We see this nice spike. So just picture yourself hearing all about XRP, you know, your friends have been talking about it, and then you buy in at this point. How would you feel? I mean, if you got in at the bottom, kudos to you. But if you didn't, that's the FOMO you jumped in on. So never ever FOMO. Another thing I want you to have in mind when thinking of investing in cryptocurrencies is safety. Think safety at all times. You want to write things down on paper. Now, I know it seems like such a crude thing to do, but the internet is fraught with hackers. I mean, a lot of people can get access to your computer through various nefarious means. So things you shouldn't do, never save your codes online. I mean, yes, it may be convenient to have your browser remembering all your passwords and all your codes and filling in the blanks for you, but you don't want to expose yourself to that level of risk. So write down everything on paper. You may want to get yourself a couple notebooks and form the habit of writing down all your passwords, your login information, your wallet recovery phrases, and write them in each of these books. And preferably store all these books in different places just in case anything happens to one. You know, you still have some security. And I mean, if you think there are other ways to store your information other than writing it down on paper and hardware wallets, which we're going to talk about shortly, do let me know in the comment section of the video. I'd love to get your input. So also you want to get two-step verification for everything. I mean, your emails, your exchanges, your wallets, every single thing that holds your money should have two-step verification. So I strongly recommend Google Authenticator. You can get that in your app store, on your mobile phone, on your laptops. You can get Google Authenticator pretty much everywhere. So I highly recommend that you try it. Look it up, check it out, be safe. Also, a lot of people get involved in cryptocurrencies. They start to sign up for things like airdrop. They do some network marketing programs. I mean, they do a lot of stuff to invest in cryptos. So one of the things that you really shouldn't do is use your personal email addresses. So you want to find some seriously secure and encrypted email options. And I highly recommend protonmail.com. I'm going to put links to all these things in the details section of the video, so don't worry about having to remember them. If possible, all your cryptocurrencies should be linked to these secure and encrypted accounts. And that is the way that you should go. Now, you also want to avoid phishing sites as much as possible. It's always good to pay attention to the URLs of the sites that you frequently visit so that you can easily identify a phishing scam when it's about to happen. I mean, always check and double check, make sure that you're on the right website before you put in any of your personal login information because you want to be safe. I have another video about how to avoid cryptocurrency scams and scammers, and I'm going to link that at the top of the screen right now, so do check it out. Now, I mentioned hardware wallets, and a couple of them that I wanted us to look at are the KeepKey, Nano Ledger S, and Trezor. Now these three I highly recommend. The KeepKey wallet is really just a very cool techie gadget. It's nice, it looks good, and it's something good to show off to your friends. So it feels kind of like a premium wallet, and it may be a little bit heavy, and so yeah, that may fall sometimes, so you may want to keep that in mind. Now the Nano Ledger S is the wallet of choice as far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to link that in the details section of the video. You should check it out. They're currently in stock, and if you do get one, let me know about your experience in the comment section of the video. Now finally, the Trezor wallet is one of the very first wallets in the industry, and it sets the gold standard for crypto security, but obviously it's more expensive, and it has a reputation for providing top-notch security and protecting against both virtual and physical theft. Now, it's basically considered the vault, so if you want to be extra secure, obviously you should go for this. At the end of the day, after looking over all three of them, I personally believe the Nano Ledger S is a good way to start. I definitely see it as a win. The last thing to consider when getting into cryptocurrencies is your psyche, your mindsets, and your discipline. Now, it's going to teach you a lot of stuff about yourself, but one thing you need to try and do is control your emotions. First of all, you really don't want to get too attached to any coin. I mean, it's easier said than done. I'm a huge fan of NEO, and I've been holding NEO through all the rough times. I mean, from when it was really all the way up, and now that it's down, I'm still holding on to NEO. And this is just me being very passionate about the project and what they're doing, and I don't exactly recommend that for anybody if you can't handle it. Now, I followed the rules. I only invested what I could afford to lose, and that's me. That's my own story. I understand that a lot of people get very attached to certain coins, so if you're attached to any particular coin, let me know in the comment section which coin that is. It'll be a fun topic. But the fact is, it's really not wise to get attached to any coin, because if you're thinking of investing, you want to think of investing in a very fluid manner. You don't want to limit yourself to anything, and you don't want to get too involved. So definitely diversify your portfolio. It's better to have 5 different coins that you invest in rather than put all your eggs in one basket. So if Bitcoin is doing very well, you get to benefit from that. If NEO is doing poorly, then Bitcoin may cover your losses. And then if you buy some Stellar or if you buy some Ethereum, I mean, mix things up, just monitor the markets and mix things up. Follow the news, follow the hype. Subscribe to channels that give updates about cryptocurrencies. Definitely subscribe to this one. Another thing to mix up is your wallet choices. Personally, I use a lot of wallets. I have the regular blockchain wallet. I have a Jax wallet, I have an Exodus wallet. I mean, mix things up. And this is because it's important to consider that you may not want to leave your money on exchanges, and you may want to have, your private keys and have direct access to it. So do some research on different wallet types, and also diversify your types of investments. So I mean, you can find yourself in an index fund, you could consider Bitcoin futures, you could just mix things up, try different things and see what works best for you. And that is eventually going to give you some success. And that brings us to the end of this presentation. I want to say a big thank you to you all for watching. The Financial Drive-Thru is here because I want to be able to help out and give you an edge in the cryptocurrency and financial markets through up-to-date news, information, and just basically all the things that you need to get ahead in this space. I've made a couple mistakes in my experience, and it's my hope that through this channel, you won't get to make those mistakes. So definitely be safe out there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And once again, my name is Majesty Ibianga, and I'll see you on the next drive-thru. Thank you.